What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Game of Thrones, a card game, 2nd edition video for you, brought to you by these awesome people that back the channel at patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by clicking the link in the description below. In this one we got Brad playing Tyrell Wars to Come against Steve playing Stark Wars to Come. We've seen Steve in, I believe, the first video of the series playing the Stark Wars to Come deck. I believe this is Brad's first appearance in this tournament series, and he's set up. Looks like he's got Right and a Scheming Septon, Old Town, already the little combo there on the table, and a Great Hall. On the Stark side we got a Begging Brother, unfortunately set up, so no bestow on him. At this time we got a Last Hearth Scouts, which is going to do the force reaction when a character comes in during the challenge phase. I believe it kneels them out, and then it looks like a Gates of the Moon setup, which is always nice to get that 2 gold right off the hop. I'm sure his opponent likes the 1 gold bonus also. So we have Noble Cause flipped on the Tyrell side into Time of Plenty flipped on the Stark side, so they're going to draw an extra card here in the draw phase. And surprise, Tyrell has a Lord or Lady they want to play here in the first round. And we get a dupe on Right. Great Hall knelt down. We got the reduction off the Noble Cause to get Brianna Tarth into play. It's not one of the big bomb Lord or Ladies, just Brianna Tarth. And we have left and right assembled. And 2 gold saved on the Tyrell side. Over to the Stark player for his marshalling. If you guys haven't seen the previous videos in the series or any of our other Game of Thrones tournament series that we've been doing recently, this is a 3rd regional this year that I'm posting videos from. You can see all of them in playlists at Rob's Gaming Table on YouTube. And lots more coming up from this series that should be in a playlist, same place. So make sure you subscribe. You can also hit that little alarm bell beside the subscribe button to be notified as the videos go up if you're watching this as I'm posting it. And we get a Great Hall marshaled out as the limited. On the Stark side, we see a Winter is Coming sitting in hand. Stark loves that event first round. Try to put some military pressure on, but right now it doesn't look like he can get a military challenge through. Left and right don't even have to kneel to block for 6. So Great Hall knelt down here. And we get Wayman Manderley to start. So a big piece to the Stark sacrifice engine is on the board, and some Stark card draw. And we got a Bolton Flayer, who at this point is going to start killing some left or rights or a Scheming Septon at this point. And he gets to choose, so it's going to most likely be the left that doesn't have a dupe on it. But then again, if Scheming Septon's still sitting there, which I highly doubt is going to happen, I bet he'll trigger the Scheming Septon. You might want to kill that to help prevent that loop of him jumping to the top of the deck, triggering Old Town, drawing him, getting cards, and power. So I think we're in the challenges here. Tyrell player going first.
Does Nightmares wear off before his force interrupt? You know?
So Nightmares until the end, right?
So they're wondering about Nightmares on the Bolton Flayer here.
Nightmaresing him will prevent him from going off. Yeah.
So they've decided between themselves here, and I don't know. You guys can leave comments below on this YouTube video, letting us know who are watching this in the future, who are curious like myself. Does Nightmares prevent the Bolton Flayer from triggering at the end of phase? I know there's like steps there, stuff that wears off at certain points and triggers at certain points. But they've decided amongst themselves that it does prevent the Bolton Flare from happening in this match here. So we have a military challenge coming in with Brienne for 5, block for 7 off Last Hearth Scouts and the Bolton Flare. He's not going to bother trying to use them to come back on a military challenge. There's also the risk, 2 gold sitting there on the Tyrell's plot card. He might be doing a put to the sword, so doesn't want to wants to prevent the chance of that happening. And the Stark player doesn't really want to lose a character off his board. If he's got Wayman out there, he wants to have some characters he can sack to draw cards, and you don't want to lose for claim and sack. At this point, before you know it, you have no board left. I think we have a power challenge coming through here. Using Right and the Scheming Septon for 5 strength? Yeah, 5 strength at this point. And we're going to have no defenders on that. Oh, it's an intrigue. Sorry, it's an intrigue. So no defenders. We get a Tears of Lease played, and that hits the Last Hearth Scouts. And a Begging Brother grabbed on the intrigue claim. And we got a Nightmares here on the Bolton Flare. And that's it for challenges for the Tyrell player. Over to the Stark player for his challenges. And intrigue with the Begging Brother. And we're going to have in the action window here a Scheming Septon trigger to get 2 gold, draw a card. And no defenders on the intrigue challenge. Gaining an unopposed power on the Stark side. Getting an Old Town Informer. Most likely we'll see an Old Town trigger here, naming character, to get that Scheming Septon back in hand and to get a power. But maybe not yet, actually, with Stark. No, Stark doesn't have any gold. I was thinking maybe not to put 2 power on your house yet, but he's going to do it now. And he blocks the unopposed. He does the Old Town trigger. Win goes to the Stark player. He claims 1.
Okay. So he dies. Trigger.
So death on the Last Hearth Scouts triggers Wayman Manderley. So he stands and draws a card.
Yep.
And a tie on Dominance.
I'm good on reserve.
So left and right continue to stay assembled here. They make it through the round, even though the Bolton Flare was there. It's due to that Nightmares. We do see Force March there in the Stark player's deck. That might be a nice choice to kneel, could possibly kneel 2 characters, so he'll definitely break up the left and right combo of both of them standing. With that Bolton Flare there, you can kneel them down. Barring the gates in hand also, which is a good call against Tyrell. Having lots of ambush in this Tyrell Wars deck, I'm sure. We've already seen the Old Town Informer. And we've seen the Shadows card, the Scheming Septon. Although most people aren't really bringing that in through Shadows. He doesn't need to come in that way for his effect. But I mean, it works with Mace to bring a character in on the challenge phase, so. And we're going to have Barring the Gates into Late Summer Feast. So Stark player winning initiative. Choosing the Tyrell player to go first. So 9 gold for the Tyrell player to work with off of his plot here. See what he's going to drop down. I think he's got a high tower in hand at this point. He's going to name character off of Old Town. And it's a location. So Redwind Straits just going to stay on the top of the deck. And he gets a high tower. I guess you just want to see what his options were before he marshaled there. I'm sure he's going to be able to draw that Redwind Straits here after playing the Scheming Septon here. He gets a gold and draws a card off high tower. And you can play that Redwind Straits right out as limited if you'd like to help get some econ going forward. Seems like a good call. Actually, the Tyrell player should have 10 gold to work with. I don't know if he got the Gates of the Moon gold. But I just realized that was out there. So he puts a Milk of the Poppy on the Bolton Flare. Plays Redwind Straits. Let's see, what is he marshaled? He marshaled a Redwind Straits for 2, High Tower for 4, that's 6, plus the Scheming Septon for 2 more. That's 8. Milk of the Poppy for 1. I don't know, maybe he did get it. And he's got a second Scheming Septon out there. He actually spent 11 gold? I don't know, am I missing something here? 2 Scheming Septons, that's 4. Milk of the Poppy's 1, so that's 5. High Tower, that's 9. And then Redwind Straits for 2 more, that's 11. So I don't know. Maybe I missed something, but maybe Brad just spent too much gold. He should only have 10 off his plot, but I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below. I'm sure you caught it already before I did. If it was wrong. Or let me know what I missed. I probably missed something. And Mage Mormont there for 6, out on the Stark side. And she has the reaction after you win a challenge in which you control a participating House Mormont character. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Stark card, draw it. And we got our first Northern Armory on the board now. And 1 gold save for the Stark player. And I believe we're in challenges now. Over to the Tyrell player for his challenges first. And he's not going to do any challenges. Straight up passes. Oh, I know what I missed. I missed High Tower getting him an extra gold. That I missed. That I missed. Yep, I'm a dummy. I even called it out when he did it. You guys can make fun of me in the comments below. I totally forgot about High Tower. I apologize. But you guys know by now, I'm not the quickest bunny in the forest. So an intrigue challenge here with Wayman Manderley and the Begging Brother for 8. And we got a 3 block here off of right. Doesn't yield to defend. And Hand's Judgment grabbed on the intrigue claim. It's going to sack the Begging Brother with Wayman Manderley's ability to stand him up and draw a card. I think we have a power challenge here with Mage Mormont and Wayman. And he blocks with the Scheming Septon. And whichever one left or right, I'm sure, blocked there. And a power is claimed. Tyrell player now at 0 power. And he sacks a Scheming Septon. Or not sacks him, sorry. Triggers his ability, draws a card, gets 2 gold, puts him on the top of the deck.
I will end. No more challenges. Okay.
And that's it for challenges. Dominance goes to the Tyrell player. And standing, he's going to stand up the Old Town, name character, gain a power, draw a card. Get that Scheming Septon off the top of the deck. So 3 power on the Stark side, 2 power on the Tyrell side. And due to reserve, the Stark player discards a Gates of the Moon. And gets rid of a copy of Daisy Mormont and a Ward. So we got first snow into a trade routes. So that's going to help get that Bolt and Flare back to hand, get that milk off him so you can play him in a future round most likely. And on the other side it'll break up the left and right. Oh, maybe not if he's got a dupe for left, which I think he drew into, but I could be wrong. I think we saw him draw into it. And he gets, what's that, 7 gold off of the trade routes. Not bad. Not a bad hit. Tyrell player going first. Marshals out a Rose Garden. Another dupe on a right. And a bodyguard on Brianna Tarth. So we didn't get the other copy of left, it doesn't look like. So left will be going back to hand. And he's going to play a Scheming Septon. I'm not sure why. I guess just to get a character out there to draw off of Hightower and gain a gold. Maybe find something else you can play, a bigger character. I guess not. I guess he didn't find it.
Apparently going to sit on quite a bit of gold here.
Wow. Okay. A lot of gold. Okay.
And a stack of gold there saved on the Tyrell side. Not able to spend it. See what the Stark player can do here. If he can get someone on the board that's going to stick around. I mean, he's got Wayman and Mage Mormont there who are going to stick around. But on the other side, it'll be, looks like, Wright and Brienne that'll stick around. We do see it has an Old Town Informer, I think, in hand. The Tyrell player does, so he's able to use that gold in challenges after the first snow to help get another character on the board. We do see Great John Umber there in hand for the Stark player. And 2 gold save on the Stark side.
We'll save him with a dupe.
Sure.
This will be able to discard. Alright,
So first snow, send a bunch of cards back to hand. And Tyrell player for his challenges. He's going to do the Old Town Informer. Might as well bestow to Max there since you got the gold. It's going to trigger High Tower, draw a card, get a gold. And he's going to draw 3 by triggering the Old Town Informer and then discard 3 cards. So helping him filter out the junk he doesn't want right now and look for cards he needs. So he's going to do an intrigue challenge of 2 here with the Old Town Informer. And he's going to block for 5. We're going to see the High Tower Spy jump into play here and try to buff some strength. Believe he drew into one there. He's got the money for it. But maybe instead he wants to do it on some defense or another challenge he finds more important. He's going to do a military challenge with Brienne for 5. This could hurt the Stark player if he uses that High Tower Spy to get a winning military challenge here. He'll have to kill someone important. Yeah, he's going to defend with both. He's got to do it.
That's good.
So, reaction with Mage to draw.
Yep.
Brand.
Yep.
For now.
Yep. And then we will position the High Tower Spy.
No new information.
So he's going to bring a High Tower Spy into play now.
First thing, we'll try to pump them up.
He's going to try to pump up right there.
And then
Gets a 1 strength buff. And now the High Tower Spy triggering the Old Town Informer to draw 3 and then discard 3.
I'll try a power challenge.
And he's going to do a power challenge with the High Tower Spy for 2. So it looks like he's debating using the Northern Armory possibly here. I don't think he's trying to use Wayman to sack somebody. He might also want to do his own challenges back, but he is going to stand. He's going to stand Mage Mormont and block. So she's going to get another Renown. I don't know if you can trigger her again or not. Yeah, I think he could have triggered that there. I don't know if he doesn't want to. Probably already tight for reserve. Looks like he is debating a challenge here on the Stark side. Might sack with Wayman. I mean, Great John's not going to have his ability after this turn, but I mean, he's still a decent body with strength and icons and intimidates pretty good. But maybe it's more important to get a Winter is Coming off here. Yeah, he's going to do it. He's going to trigger Wayman. And he does want to draw. Okay. And then a power challenge with Wayman for 5. I think he's just trying to use cards instead of losing them. So he's going to do a Winter is Coming with his 1 gold to raise the claim. That goes unopposed. He'll get 2 power off that. Not bad, actually. But he's left his board pretty susceptible to a march. I don't know if that's already happened yet in this game. I've voiced over a few today, so I can't remember if we've seen a march already in this game, but I don't think we have from the Tyrell player. I'm not sure if he's even running it, actually. Looks like first snow, of course, forcing some taxation discards here.
Can I see what's in your use file?
Sure. Oh, gosh, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Alright, I am ready. That doesn't untap.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do that every
Yeah,
time.
yeah, it's. I feel like
Yeah, so they caught the Northern Armory there. Accidentally standing that, but they correct it.
Do it every time. It's so hard to remember.
So we're pulling the strings into trade routes.
Sure. Nothing to copy. I'll have you be first player.
Okay. So I get 1, 2.
So there's no target to copy for pulling the strings. He's just going to play it. If he waited one more turn, he could have hit a trade routes. Maybe he just doesn't want to play any of his other plots. That was the default best option.
And then I count 2, 3, 4, 5 more.
It's like an 8 gold hit off the trade routes there. Stark player going first. Winterfell Steward marshaled in first there.
Minus 2, minus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nymeria.
And Nymeria marshaled in. She's able to jump into challenges as long as there's another Stark character in there. Bring all the direwolves in to fight, and she's got Intimidate. And we got Bran Stark out there. Help protect from events. So Tyrell player, even though he seems like he's doing well, has lots of stuff going on here, still only sitting at 1 power. Stark player is at 8. But I wouldn't count the Tyrell player out yet. So he tries Old Town, names character, hits a Tears of Lease, no character. He's going to play left back out. Triggers High Tower, gets a gold, draws a card. And dupes it. So he's got Renly in hand, Randall in there, Ellery Tyrell. Lots of character options. He's got left and right assembled again, and both of them have a duplicate. So that's, I'm sure, going to be annoying for the Stark player. And he's going to play a Begging Brother. And bestow for 3. Help prevent those Wayman triggers. Maybe help prevent Nymeria triggers. And a Scheming Septon for the remainder of the money.
No gold left?
And Tyrell player has no gold, but we know he can use that Scheming Septon to generate more money, plus High Towers if he wants. Off a character coming in. If he has something to ambush with that money from the Scheming Septon.
That Begging Brothers. He's not fun for me.
Yeah, had to pump him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stark player Steve there mentioning that Begging Brothers trouble. It's not good for what he's got going on. I think it's a good choice. Out of all the characters in Brad's hand, that was a good choice to play him and bestow him up. Help slow the Stark player down here. We might have a reset coming up here from the Tyrell player, maybe where his additional plots he didn't want to go into yet. And then maybe that's why he saved Randall and King Renly in hand and didn't want to put them out yet. So that he can use them after a reset to kind of recover and then rush. Kind of do a late game rush for the win with some renowned bodies. Maybe he's looking to hit the Stark player's board. He's got some juicy high-cost characters. Maybe he's got Velardo Harris in the Tyrell deck, maybe. That would be a reason not to play your big dudes when you have them. So 4 strength intrigue challenge here with the Scheming Septon and the Old Town Informer. We see a Tears of Lease in hand. We know it's there. He did reveal it earlier. So the Stark player knows it's there, but we have Bran out there to help cancel it. I'm sure he'll still try it on Mage Mormont, probably.
No defender.
So Scheming Septon, action after no defenders are declared in the action window. So he draws a card, gets a gold, puts Scheming Septon on top. So now he has money for the tiers. He's actually going to Tears on Nymeria. Bran's going to get sacked for that. And Begging Brother is going to cancel Bran.
So do I still get to use?
I think you can still react.
So I will attempt to react. Yeah.
And he's going to spend another gold off Begging Brother to cancel Wayman's ability after the sack.
Unopposed.
Who did you tears?
Nymeria, yeah. Unopposed. Claim?
So yeah, Nymeria gets the Tears. Intrigue Claim gets a put to the torch.
We will then try a... Yeah, military challenge for 3.
So military challenge of 3 using right. Which is weird to do the military challenge now after Tears is already played. I assume it just kills Nymeria.
Okay.
It's going to block for 3 with Nymeria to prevent the unopposed.
Yep.
And Claim is going to be Nymeria.
Trigger him again.
I will...
And he's going to try Wayman again, but the Begging Brother says no to that.
We will do a power challenge.
And now a power challenge with Brienne and left. And all in, actually. Hightower Spy and Begging Brother.
6, 7, 8.
13. It's actually this guy, not this one.
But she doesn't have power, right?
Right, so
Okay,
he did the
yeah,
military
yeah.
challenge.
So 3, 5, 10, 13.
So 13 strength power challenge.
Just
He's got a superior claim in hand? Is that what's happening here?
I will oppose.
All right.
Gonna pose with Sansa for 2.
And then...
And claims the power, gets a renown on Brienne.
9
Yep.
plus a lot, yeah.
You got it.
And it looks like the Stark player, I guess, passed challenges there. He was first. I was thinking he did that. I just wasn't sure. And that explains why he went all in on the power challenge. And Dominus goes to the Stark player. You get Old Town Trigger and Standing. Gets Scheming Septon. Gets the power draws of the card.
6 cards.
I am at 3.
Looks like King of the North, Valor Morghulis, First Snow of Winter, Confiscation in the plot deck for the Tyrell player remaining. And he's going to play King in the North. Does not have a king right now. No king on either side, actually, but we know he has Renly in hand. So maybe that's the plan, is just to marshal him straight up. Which he does have enough to do, and still have a gold left over. He's going to do it. And triggers Hightower to get a gold back and draw a card. So plays a Rose Garden for his limited. And we get a Knight of the Flowers. Sorry, Knight of Flowers put in there. The Knight of Flowers.
Okay, I count 2, 3, 4, 5.
So 5 gold to work with on the Stark side. He got some extra cards there off the Cannon Coppers. Did he find what he needs to get through this? Is a juicy board across the table, left and right. We got King Renly now. Brienne doesn't kneel to defend. Yeah. So we got a Heart Tree Grove marshaled out by the Stark player. And we got Catelyn Stark marshaled in with a dupe. And 1 gold saved on the Stark side. So over to the Tyrell player for his challenges. And he's going to do military with a Knight of Flowers, of course, forcing only one defender, which would be Mage Mormont, who can't fully defend. So the military challenge will most likely go through, killing that Winterfell Steward, I assume. He's going to block the unopposed with Mage Mormont. Claim is going to be Winterfell Steward. Renown goes on Knight of Flowers. So 5 strength intrigue with the Hightower Spy and the Begging Brother. It's going to defend for 1 with Sansa Stark. I believe there's 3 characters in the dead pile there. And gets a Northern Armory on the intrigue claim. So he's going to do a power with Brienne and Renly. Just trying to steal some power from his opponent and get some more renown. Draw some cards, makes sense. So 11 strength power challenge, only 9 showing on the Stark side to defend with. So he's not going to be able to fully block it by the looks of it. But Wayman's going to block the unopposed. Most likely they'll be able to stand up anyway after. So claim and then 2 renown. And insight doesn't look like it was loyal. So he's not going to draw an additional card off of the reaction on Renly. And now the Stark player for his challenges. Attacking for a power challenge with Catelyn Stark for 4. He'll block for 3 with left. Winter is coming, raising the claim. So getting 2 power off the Tyrell player's house card there, slowing him down. Stark player 6 power away from the win here. And that's it. Dominance going to the Tyrell player. So no stand with Wayman there. So Tyrell player is at 8 power, it looks like. Stark player at 9. And the Stark player flips a Valor Morghulis and close call on the other side. So Tyrell player wins initiative. He's going to choose Valor to go off first. And then he'll be able to use close call to maybe put Renly into the discard pile. So left and right still assembled after Valar Morghulis, with Brienne still out there, saved with the bodyguard. Catelyn saved with the dupe, of course. Stark player. I don't know why the Stark player is marshalling. Should be the Tyrell player since he chose Valor to go off first. I'd assume he won which make himself first player so that he could choose which plot goes off in which order. Unless the Tyrell player passed marshalling, but he didn't even collect gold. Uh-oh. This is awkward. But I'm pretty sure I heard Brad say he chose to go first since he had less power. He won initiative, then said, I want Valor to go off first so that he could do his close call. Unless I missed something, you can let me know in the comments below if I am completely wrong, but I don't think the Stark player is going first, but he looks like he's marshalling here. He's knelt his locations. Maester Lewin. And a Bran Stark. And a Gates of Winterfell. And here's Mace. And triggers the high tower, gets a gold, draws a card. Mace triggered, names character, gets a Marjorie Tyrell, and draws her and gains a power. See Brad playing a little fast here. They know that the time has been going long. I'm sure they only have a few minutes left. If you look at the time of the video, we're approaching 50 minutes is coming up, so they probably only have about 5 to 7 minutes, I assume, left. And we have a Scheming Septon coming in. And 3 gold saved. So now the Stark player going on his challenges. And he's going to pass on challenges. Doesn't want to walk into left and right. And we have a military challenge here from right for 3. No defenders on the military challenge. Gets an unopposed power for the Tyrell player. And he's going to kill Bran.
We'll do... I'm going to play this.
And High Tower Spy coming in, triggering High Tower, getting a gold, drawing a card. And just going to pump up the High Tower Spy, getting the 6. Another Marge on the top of the deck there. So an 8 strength intrigue with the High Tower Spy. Maester Lewin blocking the unopposed. And gets a copy of Ramsay Snow. And we have Gates of Winterfell getting a Frozen Solid off the top of the deck. And then we have Mace's ability, kneel on the faction card here. Taking the High Tower Spy out of play. And then a power challenge. Blocking with Catelyn from Brienne. She gets a renown though, and claim. Start of dominance. We'll bring the High Tower Spy back in. And he's going to do a pump on Mace for 6. And High Tower gonna get a gold. Mace gets a power. Draws the card off High Tower. And he's gonna do the same thing as start of standing, and then trigger High Tower and all that business. So they know it's done. And yeah, Mace gets going there and just grabs a ton of power at the end. So congrats to Brad on that one. Too bad for Steve. Just couldn't get it going. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you want to donate, you can click the link in the description below. We got lots more videos coming up, so make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button if you want to see more Game of Thrones videos. Helps other people find them on YouTube. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.